Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another match reaction. Club Brugge 3, Barcelona 3. Barcelona drop points in the Champions League to Club Brugge. An absolutely shambolic defensive performance, guys. Barcelona all over the place. Some say we're fortunate to get away, from this game with even a point. Is it a point gained or is it 2 points dropped? That's the conversation that we're going to be having. Lamine Yamal, Barcelona's best player on the night, even not at his very best, but Barcelona just there's so much to talk about. But guys, before I get started on the video, make sure you're following all of my social media platforms. Everything's posted down below in the description. And as well, the link to become a member is also posted down below. And if you guys do want to join and give your thoughts about the match, feel free. I have posted the link to join on X and on the post section on YouTube. So you guys want to join and give your thoughts about the match, feel free. But very, very quickly, before we start talking about the game and everything, I do want to show you the lineup for tonight's match, because Hansi Flick, he fielded the strongest possible 11. He had Szczesny in goal, who towards the end of the match, there's a controversial moment. We're going to be talking about it. Balde, Eric Garcia, Ron Araujo, Jules Koundé in the back line. No Pau Cubarsí in the midfield. Frankie de Jong, Marc Casado up top. Marcus Rashford, Fermin Lopez, Lamine Yamal, and Ferran Torres. Those were the players who Hansi Flick did field. No Pau Cubarsí, no Pedri, Rafinha, Joan Garcia still unavailable. Lewandowski and Daniel Olmo coming on in that second half. Sake, welcome, brother. How are you feeling after that match? Talk to me.
Look, it is 4 a.m. in the morning in India right now. So I have been watching this bullshit match since 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. I am dedicating three hours. I am not even sleeping in the night to watch this bullshit match and bullshit performance. This entire season has been this entire season. I am not enjoying watching Barcelona like I was enjoying last season. Also, it is more. This is feeling like and Angie Ball, that Tottenham Hotspur manager. This is feeling like that because every ball we are considering is same, and I don't know, even we are scoring the goal multiple times, and every time I'm seeing even cameraman isn't catching that catching the chance that we are getting scored on. I mean, do you mean what I'm trying to say is that even cameraman is late to capture that we are already conceding the goal after scoring. We are already conceding a big chance out of nowhere. Even
Yeah.
cameraman is late to catch the sequence of the play. I don't know how this is happening.
Even
From
the
corners
cameraman is
also,
late.
from yeah, from our corners also that we are taking, we are conceding a big chance from our corners. And cameraman is directly showing the shot on target rather than the sequence of play. He doesn't even know what is happening on the pitch. These are the type of
Yeah.
chances we are considering. That too after
No,
scoring the goals after equalizing.
No, I mean it was absolutely ridiculous, because that was the biggest issue with tonight's match, because I would say it was a very equal game. I think Barcelona had some good chances. When we talk about the chances throughout the match, Barcelona had the chances to get ahead in the scoreline, but the defensive liabilities, the defensive mistakes were there, and it's getting to a point where it's every single game it's the same common theme that is being having in all these games, and Barcelona are just conceding for fun. We're allowing chances for fun. All the opposition needs to do is have one good runner, one good fast player, and one pass just gets that breaks the high line, and we concede. It's simple as that. It's rinse and repeat. We've seen it against Raja, we've seen it against Sevilla, we've seen it against PSG,
And
we've seen it against Club Brugge. It's the same
you know,
tactic
I am
time and time again.
I am telling you, opposition need only two players to beat us. One
Yeah,
midfielder that can pass the ball, and
yeah,
one forward that can run fast. They just need two players to
yeah,
beat our team
yeah.
easily.
Yeah,
because
precisely.
we scored the goals today. We scored 3 goals today, but we conceded three. Last time when we lost against Real Madrid and PSG, we conceded 2 goals and we only scored one. So
Yeah.
I was like, our problem is that we are not scoring our chances. Today with 3 goals, we scored 3 goals and conceded three. That too from Club Brugge. Even
Yeah.
PSG and Real Madrid didn't score 3 goals on us. What is this
N-
nonsense, man?
No, no, no. But look, it's we're playing for a draw against Club Brugge. That's what's so ridiculous, because oh man,
Yeah, even
there's
PSG and Real Madrid didn't score 3 goals against us.
wow. Wow. But okay, guys. So let's start looking at like the timeline of the match and everything. Kulam, I'm pretty sure it was Forbes from Club Brugge. I believe he got the man of the match award. It was him. Okay, so starting off, Barcelona they concede. We concede right here. You can see this instance where it's like as you were talking about it, one pass in behind, and Club Brugge are in one pass in behind. Right here, it's Jules Koundé who is keeping him on. Yet again, the highline being exposed, the press not being
Also,
there.
also, yeah, also, don't you think that our highline this season, specifically in the game that we are losing, our highline is so much closer to the half line this season than it was last season. Don't you think? Because they are literally playing on the half line. Last season it was not like that. It was further behind, I think.
Um, see, what I will say is that I think that's been it. Like it's been like that like forever. Barcelona, they've never been. Wait just a second. There's a little bit of static coming from your mic. Okay, well, he just disappeared. But no, but Barcelona have always done it with that same high line. Always, on the halfway line, very very aggressive, trying to be that offside trap. But the press isn't there. Barcelona just this season defensively, it's a mess. We're just a mess. Very quickly, I want to look at the words from Eric Garcia as he spoke about that problem. And he says, I don't think it's just about the defensive line. We all attack and we all defend. It's collective. Sometimes we lose the ball in difficult areas, and then that falls into the opponents. And it's something we need to minimize as much as possible. He spoke no, another player spoke. It was Frankie De Jong, and he said as follows. I just had it right here, but he says last year we weren't the best team in Europe either defensively, and we also conceded too many goals. Not everything comes down to that, but if you concede 3 goals, it's very hard to win, and that's so true. It didn't require a lot from Club Bruges to harm Barcelona. And we've seen that throughout the season. You've seen Rayo, Sevilla, etc., cause Barcelona problems. Barcelona, we did a really good job of finding ways to come back into the game. You had a very good sequence of play between Fermin and Ferran to equalize right after Barcelona can see that first goal. But just a couple minutes later, you
Yeah.
have Club Bruges get the lead through Barcelona being absolutely a mess on the counter. Look at this right here. Look at this defensive shape from Barcelona. Setting up for the counter. You just make it super easy for Club Brugge to break your defensive structure, to counterattack with the pace of Forbes. 1-2 passes, and you're in, and you're on goal. It was simple as that.
I mean,
And
I don't know what is the structure, man. Center backs are not, at least center backs are pushing in their half. I don't know what they are doing. Araujo, Kunde, I don't know what they are doing.
okay, so at this point, when you're looking at I would say the 15 games that Barcelona played so far, in the match. Why is Barcelona so poor defensively? Do you think it's regarded to personnel or system? Because if it's system, Barcelona, you can maybe say, hey, maybe the Joan Garcia coming back, him being much better than Chesney, him commanding that high line much better, could improve it. The addition of Rafinha, no Pedri, these things can impact the match and everything. But do you think it's a matter of personnel or system that's causing Barcelona to be so poor defensively?
I think it's all of those things. I would say the system also the personnel, because let's be honest, ever since Rashford is starting instead of Rafinha, the pace isn't the same. Not a single game that our pace is on point for 90 minutes like it was last season. Last season, everyone was pressing. I am not personally blaming Rashford. It is what it is. That is the kind of player he is. He will give you GA here and there. But
Yeah.
Rafinha was doing both. He was pressing. He was defending the corners of opposite team on goal post, in our own half. He was tracking back in 90 plus minutes. He was doing everything. And plus, he was finishing his chances and he was giving assists to everyone. So Rafinha was doing everything. The pressing from the front, that is from forwards, is lacking. Also, I never liked this Hansi Flick system that only two midfielders can play. Double pivot. I don't like it. I prefer the traditional three midfielders, because if any team play four midfielders or three midfielders, we are directly outnumbered in our midfield. Two person, that two, someone like Pedri and Frankie De Jong, they are, I am being blunt, they are not blunt, they are not black, I would say black, strong midfielders. They can't cope up with physicality like Caicedo or Gravenberch or players like this.
Okay.
Also, I think Olmo and Fermin, instead of, you know, they don't contribute defensively. The number 10 position of Barcelona don't really contribute defensively. So because of that, I think again we are just lacking in terms of everything right now. Personal problem, pressing problem, also
Okay.
the system. Why are you directly playing this extreme high line? I don't
No.
get it.
No, no, I can totally understand all your points, but you see the two goals that we conceded so far, and then you see the third goal that we do concede, right here, and you can see just a simple pass in behind Forbes. He was absolutely tearing Barcelona apart. He had an amazing game. Props
He
to
had
him.
to do nothing. Forbes just had to run. He
Yeah,
wasn't doing anything special.
no, no. But I mean, that's what it takes for to beat Barcelona's right now, or to cause us harm. It's just one simple
That is
pass
what
in
I'm
behind,
trying to say.
having the pace to take on the end of that.
Compared to last season, we are literally playing high line close to the half line. Look at this. How can the defenders will be confident that they if they try to keep the player offside, they are literally touching the half line. How can they be confident that they will keep the player offside if they are literally on the half line? You
Hmm.
know that
And
is, I
and
think,
and
also a problem.
and one thing I do want to get your opinions on is, like, first there was this controversial moment in the second half. Now this was when it
Yeah,
was, I believe it was 3
three
2.
three, three
No,
three.
no, no, no. This was when it was 3-2. 3-2.
Yeah, yeah,
I later want to go and talk about the Chelsea one, but this is where Club Brugge, they have the opportunity to go 2 goals ahead. Do you think that this was a penalty or not? Anthony Taylor, he first calls it as a penalty, but then he goes to VAR, he reviews it, and he doesn't give it.
I don't think why people are thinking this is a controversial decision or it is a penalty. If anything, if Balde goes down, it is a foul on Balde. How can this be a penalty? That guy is directly kicking Balde. Balde is not even trying to tackle him. He's just trying to block the shot or trying to block the ball. He's not he's not even made the tackle. So I don't know how this is controversial. It is pretty straightforward. And it is Anthony Taylor. I don't want to use bad words because I am pissed right now. I would say something cancelable. So
Yeah.
Anthony Taylor is a piece of shit, man. You know Michael Oliver, Anthony Taylor.
Yeah.
These, they are Mateus and
Yeah.
Hernandez of English Premier
Hmm.
League.
Um, now I agree. I agree with you. I don't think that that's a penalty whatsoever. I think Forbes, he gets contact on Balde, he kicks him instead of the other way around. I think it's very similar to that penalty that wasn't called
I would say
in El Clasico,
timing was
Vinny and Lamine
controversial,
Yamal.
maybe.
Which one?
Yeah, I would say maybe timing was controversial for people because Barcelona would have, got
Okay.
behind and the Brugge would have won the game from there on.
Okay.
And
Okay. And
his timing also.
okay. Okay. And the last, I would say, action of the match in which it's 3-3. Last couple of minutes of the match, Club Brugge have an opportunity here. Chesney, now, thankfully it was ruled as a foul, but I don't know why Chesney is taking a risk
As
in this position at this point of the match when
I
it's
don't know,
so tightly contested.
did you did you notice for entirety of this match, Chesney was when someone was pressing him, he was taking the one touch and then passing the one. Why are you taking the touch and in front of
Yeah.
a attacker that
Yeah.
is pressing you? Directly
Hmm.
pass the ball or just kick it out of the play. And
Yeah.
he's very slow, you know.
No, no, no. Well, I mean, guys, I think we've been pretty clear on how Barcelona are right now. Today we were, defensively it was awful. It was awful. We made it
Also,
way too easy for Club Brugge to score on us. I
if
do
you
understand.
yeah,
Well, what happens again?
also remember, yeah, I was saying remember last performance from John Garcia. Remember how many times he came off the line to collect the ball or clear the ball. Did you in did you notice how many times Club Brugge made the through ball, over the top
Yeah,
balls or behind the backline pass? Not single time Chesney came out to clear the ball or claim the ball. Not a single time.
yeah, yeah. No, that's something that has noticed. And when your John Garcia comes back, in the next upcoming weeks, that's going to be so pivotal and huge. But just to round it off, just to give touch upon like those big points, I would say there's big structural problems in regards to the high line. I don't think we are at where we were last season. We're not there yet. Whether it's a mental disconnect, fatigue, form, whatever it may be, individuals as well. No Rafinha, who plays such a huge part offensively and defensively. No Juan Garcia. Lewandowski just coming back from injury, Lamine Yamal, and I want to give praise to Lamine Yamal right here because in the first half, he was a little bit iffy. He gives a great pass to Ferran, who Ferran, he does get the goal for the first one, but isn't able to get on the end of some other chances. But Lamine Yamal was one of those bright sparks in the match. He was able to basically put Barcelona on his back. Despite not playing well. And that's something that I do want to give him credit to. We're going to be seeing much more improved performances from Lamine Yamal. Fingers crossed. But that's what you want. What your key players to be doing. But NJ, welcome, welcome.
Look,
How did you feel about that Barcelona performance?
to be fair, like it's not good of a performance, man. Like I feel like you can see, like, like with Flick, like he's so done with the club, man. To be fair, bro, are you not seeing it, bro? The people saying Flick out, bro.
No, I'm seeing that. Look at that. I started off by
Yeah,
looking at the comment from Mark, and he says, "I'm done with Flick." You
yeah,
know, and it's
I
crazy
am
because this is a manager who came in last season with nothing, guys. Because put this in perspective, Hansi Flick has received almost zero support from the club. He's received two signings, in Juan Garcia, a keeper, and Danny Olmo. That's it. That's basically all he's been
I am
giving. Obviously Marcus Rashford alone at 2 million
yeah,
signing
but
in Rui Bardaji,
yeah, but come
but this,
on, that's not really his signing though.
I
The one they signed.
yeah,
Let's be real.
I agree with you, but only reason I am not crowning Flick right now is because the players are injured. Pedri, Rafinha, and Jorge Garcia are injured. That is the only reason I am not shitting on Hansi Flick right now because I am totally pissed with him. Speciality for entirety of the season. I have not enjoyed a single game. Expect
Okay,
one or
okay, so
two
here's the
games here and there.
So here's my point with it, right? Like, yes, like yeah, you can blame Flick for the stuff that he did because like, he didn't adjust. Yes, you're right. But again, if you're gonna criticize Flick, you gotta also like understand the bigger picture of why it happened. Like, oh, because again, because he doesn't really trust a lot of the players. Remember, like this some them right he don't rate. They're just playing because he has to play. Like, come on, like does he really rate Martin like that? No, not really. When he asked for Benderson or Grimaldo, right? Look, look, Flick's a good coach, but the problem is he doesn't have the players that he wants to get signed. Like, I'm not saying he should sign every player that he wants. I'm just saying like add players slowly. But the problem is, like Laporta sold him a fake dream.
Mm, I don't know if
I,
Laporta sold
I,
him a fake dream. Wait, hold
I
on.
was
I'll go
saying
second.
I can
I'll,
accept.
no, go second. Go second.
Yeah, yeah. I was saying I can accept the injury excuse from Flick if he says that injury has a problem, but I would not expect that the squad is the problem. That people are saying that squad is not complete. I can't hear that excuse because squad is the same like last season, and last season we performed well. Flick needs to adjust according to his players like it is last season.
Like
If
again, I would
he's not
going back to the
adjusting
thing
now.
though. Going back to that, yeah, you can say like like injury happen. You know that injuries will happen, but how come the board did not sold the players that the Flick doesn't want and replace it with like at least okay, let's say like a plan B player at least, like how come some of the players that he doesn't want is still there in the club. Look what happened. All that everything comes back to bite our ass because again, because come on, but then it work right. You have to like cooperate with your boss and everything to make it work right. But they didn't cooperate with Flick, and look what happened. That's the result. Like what happened. That's why Flick is being stubborn with his play style because he cannot trust the other
Well,
players.
I will say this in regard to that. I do think that Hansi Flick. I do think he isn't completely exempt from criticism. I think at times
Yeah,
he
yeah,
has
for
done
sure, for
mistakes,
sure, for
which
sure,
is
for
completely
sure.
understandable. But I will not say Hansi Flick out or anything like this because number one, he has credit in the bank. After last season, working with nothing,
Exactly.
he was able to transform this Barcelona team, into absolute world beaters. Unfortunately, we didn't win the Champions League, of course, but we were
It
2 minutes
happens.
away from in
It
the final.
happens.
Credit in the bank. And
Yeah.
secondly, he hasn't
One,
received that financial support from the club to say, hey, this is the players that we've given you the resources and everything, and now you're disappointed. No, that hasn't been the case. And thirdly, I don't know of a
oh,
manager who would come into this team and do the same thing that Hansi Flick has done
No,
and
no,
replicate those performances. I don't think that.
Elias, even if Fabregas or Nagelsmann join, they will get fired as well because they will demand players as well.
Yeah.
Exactly. No coach
yeah,
will save this
and
unless if the finances are fixed, bro. Uh, no, there's no coaches will say this.
yeah. Let's
They can win a Copa del Rey in the Liga. That's it, max. But they're not gonna win a Champions League because of the roster that we
uh,
have. Like
Fab,
yeah,
Fab,
sure you can say we have a good squad, but it's not enough, man. Not enough.
yeah, Fabregas is literally outspending every Serie A team once, twice, and thrice times. Fabregas is on another level. He needs money also, and also, would you guys agree that if we go trophyless and we play like this for entirety of the season, then if people want to sack Flick, then don't you think it is understandable that their take is that Flick should be sacked or he discussion should be had if we go trophyless and we play like this for entirety of the season. If we concede
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same
yeah,
goal,
yeah,
if we
yeah.
concede too many goals and if Flick doesn't adjust his tactics, then it is understandable that people say that we
Yeah,
should
but
sack
again, yeah, second. But then you knew before Flick came, like you knew what was his whole like he will play Haaland no matter what. That they will concede goals. But again, if he knew that was gonna happen, then how come he did not support his what he needs though? Like you know what I mean?
They don't have money. They don't have money. Even Xavi didn't got
I'm
supported in
not
his second season.
I'm
He
not
got only
I'm
backing
not
in the
saying
first
by
season.
by by certain players. I'm saying like like No, I'm not saying the Fabregas links, Manny. I'm just saying though, like any coaches that Nagelsmann, Fabregas in the future, whatever. No one's gonna save the club unless if they like actually fix the finance. That's what I'm.
NJ,
That's the,
quick question
Uh,
quick question from Ben Lee. He says Gavi returns in February. Bernal should be able to start after Valentine's. What is your starting 11 and tactical setup?
okay, with the lineup with Gabby returning, he's not gonna be fully returned yet. So what do you call this? Flick will slowly like bring up Gabby again. But the thing is with Bernal, like since he came back the year, come on, like he will do the same thing as Gabby, right? Like he won't rush him, like but he will play for sure. But I feel like if Bernal was fully fit, I want Bernal to start. Then if the situation is too tight, bring Gabby to like match the intensity of the thing. But with the tactical setup, I want him to play highline, but they need to learn to not to like to play too much highline. Like balance it out.
Well, I mean, we say, hey, we want to see some improvement or some more cohesiveness in that defensive unit because it's too easy. It's
Yeah,
too easy for teams, to get in behind us. You look at this chance right here, absolutely all over the place. You look at this chance
yeah,
right
you're right.
here, for let me see, let me find it right here. For the third goal that we
I
concede, it's poor defending. It's poor defending, whether it's individual mistakes
I
or not. It's just we cannot keep going like this because at some point in the season, in one of these big games, we're going to be made to suffer. We saw, I would say, warning signs against Madrid and against PSG. We saw that. We saw
Yeah,
that.
we know.
We look at where Barcelona are in the
not
UCL
only
table. We're not in the top
if
eight,
you
which is not ideal. Because we have some tough games coming up. We're 11th, and so there's lots of work to be done.
Yeah, you're right. But again,
not only that,
it's a
if
reflection
you
of both
if you
parties.
if you even if you even look at our La Liga matches also, the match against Levante, we literally made last minute comeback. Against Girona, we are making last minute comebacks. We are drawing against Rayo. We are conceding four against Sevilla. Even Club Brugge is scoring three against us. I'm just saying the most basic thing I want from a team, my team is that because of the time difference, I have to, you know, keep up late to watch these matches. I want to
Yeah.
enjoy every game. And like last seasons, I am not able to enjoy this season games. So if I am not enjoying most of the season, basic regular league season, then I don't care. I of course we want result, but basic enjoyment is not there. Only Lamine Yamal is trying. I
Yeah.
was enjoying watching Pedri, but Pedri is injured. Other than that,
Yeah.
it is not enjoyable to watch this season, man.
Yeah.
It is very frustrating to watch such matches.
Yeah. All I'm gonna
The,
say is that
the,
go ahead, go
Okay,
ahead.
no. One thing very quickly. I understand this. There's a lot. I'm looking on X. I'm looking on social media, and there's lots of people complaining about this Barcelona team and everything. I to this day I still have full faith in Hansi Flick. I am fully behind him. Obviously, he's not exempt from criticism. Even
You
today,
have to. It's part of it. Come on, buddy.
it's part of being a coach. It's part of
Yeah,
being a
exactly.
coach at
Yeah.
a top level.
But
You
again,
know,
but
and
with
there's holes
people.
in. Wait, hold on, Angela.
Okay.
Let me
Yeah, go,
finish and
go, go
everything,
ahead.
and then you
Yeah.
can go.
Okay.
There's still holes in this area that needs to be addressed. Our striker is 37 years old. He isn't able to play in the ideal fashion that Hansi Flick wants to play.
Exactly.
We have a center back at fullback. We have a keeper who has come out of retirement and he is substituting our starting
Oh man.
goalkeeper. We have made no signings to
Yeah,
reinforce the team. We have two fit midfielders able to be playing. We have a 19-year-old winger coming out and being our attacking substitution. Okay, there's lots of things that are that are problems into
yeah.
this team, and I think that Hansi Flick is making the best out of it.
Yeah.
When you look at it right here, wait, hold up, right here. I was getting notifications, but all these Hansi Flick out messages and everything. I just don't see that. I just don't see that. I still have my
Yeah,
full support behind Hansi Flick. I think if you
I
actually given
totally
him
agree with you.
support,
I also
I feel
support
bad for.
Hansi Flick, but for this season only. If at the end of the season result or style of play or entertainment value of the team doesn't increase, then we have to think about him at the end of the season.
Yeah,
I would say that.
yeah, I'm telling you, but I'm gonna feel so bad for Flake if he gets fired because he did not deserve to get fired because the board did not fully support
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Now, like bro, now like fans are turning the back on Flake and
He
saying that
was set up to fail, to be honest.
to be fair, like when you look at it, like now people are saying, oh yeah, maybe the Chavi signing wasn't that bad, compared to Flake. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, bro, it's so bad right now. But like,
Yeah,
people are
I
trying
mean,
to like flip.
uh, I would say if Flick doesn't achieve more than Xavi, then people will look at him say like like they look at Xavi because he has won nothing more than Xavi has won for this team.
Yeah, but
Only
again,
difference is that Flick's football was little bit entertaining and
but
he
then
won
you gotta
without
understand.
spending too much
Okay,
of
you
our
gotta
money.
understand though. Okay, you gotta understand that our fan base are bipolar as fuck.
Okay. But guys, this is a conversation that, as I said before, we're going to be having, for the next upcoming weeks and months. We're gonna have to win our next UCL match, which is going to be against Chelsea,
Chelsea.
I
Yeah,
believe.
GG.
Chelsea also, they aren't in particularly great form. That game could go either way, but lots of work is need to be done to this team.
All
It's
right.
not
Peace
ideal,
out, guys.
and let's see how we do in the next upcoming matches. But guys, NJ Saket, thank you guys for watching. To all of you guys as well in
Yeah.
the audience. Yes, Chelsea also drew. Adam, good to see you. You caught me as soon as I was going to be ending up the stream. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. What do you guys make of Barcelona's matches and their
Right.
performance tonight? And we'll talk about it in more detail. But guys, thank you guys all for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Man.